Hello everyone, I'm in the process of installing the Bavsound subwoofer into the BMW X5 G05 model, and part of that requires taking the seats out in order to reach the subwoofers underneath the seat. Okay, now full disclaimer, look, I don't have any professional video editing skills or gear, most of which I'm just using my hand and trying to use one hand to make this video. So I hope, be kind if, it's not as professional as some folks out there have been able to get it done, right? But having said that, in order to start, we got to take the bolts out of the seats. There's 4 that have secured it, 1, 2, and there's 2 at the back, 3 and 4. The third and fourth, the ones at the back, are not covered with this little trim piece. And in order for us to start, we got to get this trim piece out. Now, if you think about it, the way this thing is secured is on the higher end, there's a piece right over here in the middle back that is clipped into the metal bracket. And at the smaller end of things, there is a piece right at the end, bottom, right? So this one's in the middle. The other one's, on the other corresponding side, right at the bottom, that clips it in. So what I've been able to do is I've been just going with this trim removal kit, tool, and I've been going in over here and just working my way to get it unclipped, if you will. All right, so hang on real quick. As you can see, there's a clip right there. There we go. It's out. It's great. And then on this other side, it's slipping. So I just go right to the end to try to jimmy it out. And so as you can kind of see, this piece, there's a piece right here at the middle, like I said, and then the trim at the bottom at the end, right? It seems to be pretty durable. I've removed this a couple times already, so hopefully it's something that you guys can see. Now, in regards to the back wall over here, it's a lot easier, to be honest with you, because we still go in at this angle. We can actually see it. And as you can see, that one just came right out. And then what happens is I go in here. And I try to, there we go. And here, as you can see, there we go. All right, so there you have it. That is how we remove that piece. All right, after you take the speaker cover off, the subwoofer cover off, right, you gotta maneuver and take this carpet out of the lining here. And there are 4 bolts that look like this. I don't know whether you guys can see it. 1, 2, right here, and then you can see 3 and 4. So those 4 have to come out, and then this bolt right here, this plug connector right here to take the subwoofer out. All right, so I got the subwoofer out. Now this is going to be really tough because I actually did it on my other side and I broke a clip, but we're going to have to unscrew these 4 screws over here, and then once we do that, we're going to have to apply heat around so we can actually get this subwoofer out in this housing, because it's actually glued down. Now in my case, I totally destroyed my last subwoofer. So much for trying to salvage and maybe keep it or sell it, but I actually just killed it, literally. I can show you guys in a second when I go to the workbench, but that's the next step. All right, so I gotta take these out. so as you can see, my last subwoofer, as you can see, I kind of totally destroyed it, you know, when I tried to. It probably might still work, but yeah, I destroyed this one for sure. You know, I broke it into half, literally. But anyways, I don't see a way of doing it without messing it up. But I guess practice makes perfect. All right, so we're gonna apply heat all the way around. So one of the things is it's hard to tell what is a clip on here on the main housing and what is part of the sub, right? So I'll tell you that this and this is part of the housing. This and this are part of the housing. So all these little tabs, they're actually part of the sub. So don't worry about trying to break them free. You just need to break the underneath free. So anyways, now with the heat gun and lots of heat. So it's important to apply the heat in circular motion so we can get it all the way around. And this entire connector actually comes out, so it's got a lot of glue right there too. So I finally got the sub out, I guess in one piece this time, but I had to damage the housing of the side over here just so I could pry it out, because the glue, I mean, it's just crazy strong. But that's not a big deal because the main clips that hold it in are still all in place. So I can actually use the heat gun and actually, you know, kind of pry it back if I needed to. I'm going to put the sub in here, but I'm going to see whether I have to, you know, clean this piece out. All right, now that we put the sub back in here, I kind of fixed my little notch over here with the heat gun, and now we just have to put the 4 screws in there, and all they have to do is really just grip. We don't have to try to over tighten it. Now one of the things too is once I get all this done, there's the thing about this cover, because remember, this is not for an X5, right? I mean, this whole kit, it was originally for a 3 Series. Now, the X5 has this little lid over it. Now, that's not going to fit, right? Short of you just bending it on the sides. It's up to you. I mean, I guess you could put it back in this way, but I opted to, you know, kind of screw this on anyways. And what you'll find is, you know, this is plastic, so it'll give, and it will just, you know, tension down. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, you know, put all these 4 in here, and then I will then use this a drill and drill it in and screw it in place. There you go. All right, be right back. All right, now you kind of see it. I've put all 4 back in. You can kind of see the stress that is put on the plastic here, but I think it's okay. It's not like we're going to get any sunlight against it. I think it will just mold to it and just hold it in place. This is just in case if, you know, the 4 screws that I kind of screwed in, you know, to the back of it, as you can see, it's kind of protruding out here. If they don't hold, if you will. So I think this looks pretty sturdy, and we're ready to put it back in the car. All right, I've put it back in here, as you can see. As you can see, I put it back in here. Make sure on the 4 bolts, you know, that are just hanging. Let's not forget to connect this fellow. Make sure the cables are, you know, nice, tucked away. And now we're ready to put these bolts back on and put the car back together. Now, BMW has done a really good job in a lot of insulation, trying to, I guess, let's make sure we don't get outside noise. So anyways, all right, I'm going to get this thing screwed back in, and until the next step. Right now that all the screws are back in place, I think we are done. It's time to get the carpet back in place, and then we can go ahead and put the seat back. Well, actually, it might be a good idea to test it before we put it all together.